I made a video a while back on how to bolt a 429 or 460 block to a top loader 4-speed from a 65 Mustang, so a small case bell housing for a small block. So a 65 Mustang, 289, top loader 4-speed, and I wanted to put that behind a 460 block with box 429 heads, and not that the heads matter. So anyway, online you can look at the forums, people talk about doing it. You can do it with a 351M or 400 bell housing out of a like late 70s truck, Bronco, something like that, and use the same block plate as a 351M 400, which would be the same block plate as a 429, 460 block plate. This is part 2 of that video because I didn't really talk about the flywheel that I used. I don't think. I used a flywheel from a 67 Fairlane, 11-inch flywheel. So now I've got a 420 or 460 block bolted to a 351M or 400 bell housing, and I'm using a 390, like a 65 to 70 11-inch 390 flywheel, and then my top loader 4-speed bolted right to that. I had to make a modification to the pilot bushing. I had to take an 1/8 inch out of that, and I had to shim the transmission. Between the transmission and the bell housing, I put an 1/8 inch shim that I made out of 1/8 inch aluminum, and just give myself a 1/4 inch to free up the input shaft of the transmission. I didn't cut anything off the input shaft of the transmission. I modified it the other way around. I just gave the stock input shaft, I just gave it a 1/4 inch more room, and that's all it needed. I also didn't talk about the starter. To be honest, I just wanted to mate the two safely without binding anything up, because I wanted to put this, I wanted to get 3-pointed, meaning the motor mounts and the transmission mount, the 3 mounts. I wanted to get it 3-pointed in this car. And so to get it 3-pointed in the car, I needed the transmission mated to the engine properly, and that's really all I cared about. And then I could fabricate the motor mounts and the transmission mount. I did add a starter to it. My plan wasn't in the video. My plan wasn't to talk about the starter or the pressure plate or the clutch fork, Z-bar linkage, anything like that. But someone noticed that on part 1 of the video, the starter was on there, and that was just so I could make sure the starter wasn't going to hit the frame of the car or anything like that. But I didn't talk about whether the starter worked or not and what starter I used. Well, it's just a 460 starter, and that's what everyone on the forum says you can use, and it works just fine. So, like this. And that's that. Oh. So 460 starter and 390 flywheel, and it doesn't seem to care one bit. Cool. Oh, and I didn't make any modifications to the starter or to the flywheel. Just bolted it on, and it worked. So that's that.